Happening.
Wonderful.
Now.
Okay, we're good.
Now. Hey, hi everyone. Welcome to the workshop. Today we have Jesse, Luke, and Jake. And I'm your host, Victoria. Jesse, where are you from?
I'm from Calgary, Alberta.
Calgary, Alberta. Oh, wait, where is Scott from?
Scott's also from Calgary. We go to a lot of the same shows.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay. What about you, Luke? Where are you from?
I'm from Illinois, but right now I'm living in Reno, Nevada.
That's so cool. That's right next to Burning Man, right?
Yep. Burning Man and Tahoe.
Do you guys like those guys, or?
I guess they help the local economy, so it's all good. But they didn't come this year, obviously, because we didn't have Burning Man.
Yeah, that's too bad.
But hopefully we can have the furry convention. I don't know.
Oh, you guys have that too?
I mean,
yeah.
I just don't think it's yipping safe right now, you know? It's not a good time. Although you have a mask. You have a mask.
Yeah, exactly.
There is something to that.
But I don't think they have the 6 foot distance.
Underneath. Just
they don't have the
underneath. It compensates.
That's right. What about you, Jake? Where are you from?
I'm from Denver, Colorado.
You're from Denver.
So I'm pretty sure, Jesse, let me check on something. You're on Mountain Time, right?
Yeah.
Because I had a conversation with Scott about Mountain Time, and it seems like he had no idea what I was talking about. So we're in the same time zone, and he got confused, and he said he was giving me things in Eastern Time. I'm like, okay. Well, it's 8.
Oh, that's no, Eastern. I think that's just him trying to just circumvent. Where are you from? And finding everyone's locations and shit, and just being like, we're here at this time Eastern, so let's just do.
Don't defend him. It was ridiculous.
There's someone watching right now. I wonder if it's Scott.
I hope they're entertained.
Yeah.
Get ready for a show, buddy. Get ready for a show.
So everyone has a topic, right? You guys all got your topics?
Yes.
Yeah, minerals. That was fun.
Minerals. Scouts. And then Jake, you got
genocide.
Rockstars?
No,
what?
Yeah, Rockstar, sorry.
Jesus.
I mean, let's be honest. That stand-ups, most of it relates back to genocide at one point or another.
Yeah, I have one joke touching on
me too.
it.
Yeah. I don't know why.
All right. Who wants to start with their assigned topic?
I'll be second, if that works.
What?
Second.
I'll bite the bullet.
Just you've already done this before, right?
I'll go first.
Let's see it from a pro. Yeah.
Oh, that's being way too nice.
Let me start the timer. I'm gonna try to be strict on time today, but who knows?
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Tell me when you're ready.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. Minerals are bullshit. So I'll kill you. Gold is apparently suffocating the world, and geodes are just lazily resting on their sex appeal. If you feel weird lately, we have a company, and ladies and gentlemen, this is your call to action. I say we organize the minerals. We cancel them completely. Get the murder assault off the kitchen table. Food came out against its abuser long years ago. Waiting for Me Too. Food's coming out of a house all over it. Just getting into every manny. Just not wanted. That's really just a joke for the chefs.
Is he breaking up for everyone? Or just
yeah.
Me?
You're breaking up a bit.
I
got literally. We're not laughing because it's not funny. We just don't understand.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Are you on your phone?
Yeah. Give me a second. Let me just switch my camera over.
Yeah, try your laptop. It should work better. If it's okay with you, someone else is gonna do their thing, and then.
Okay.
Well,
I can.
right ahead.
So quick.
If that first 5 minutes literally just broke right up, then no, I feel so bad.
That's okay. It happens.
All right. Do you just
All right,
want me to restart, or?
Yeah, let's start over.
Okay, back to the top. Okay, so starting again. Minerals are bullshit. Salt will kill you. Coal is apparently suffocating the world, and Geo is really resting on their sex appeal. Just saying, if you feel we're divided lately, it's because if you feel we're divided lately, we already have a common enemy. And ladies and gentlemen, this is your call to action. I say we cancel minerals, and we cancel them completely. Get the murderous salt off your kitchen table. Food came out years ago against the user. Way before food was coming out, how salt was all over the place, in every single nook and cranny. Want or not. I'm just saying, that's just a joke for the chefs. In the giant and vast world of spices, why the can't we get past salt? I can imagine we discovered the shit because we saw some animal licking it and thought, hey, that thing eats its own shit and all sorts of crap that would kill me. I should try and I should try that fucking rock. That cow is that cow is making it look delicious. You know what? Fuck it. New plan. I'm gonna kill the cow, mutilate its corpse, cut it up. Then I'm gonna use the tasty rock. I'm gonna grind that up and put it on top of my freshly won prize. I'm sorry, folks, but we didn't learn cooking and eating animals from animals. That's just some sociopathic shit that we learned, that we picked up by ourselves. Like, I'm just picturing just this dead-eyed wild toddler just stalking forests. Like, that's what we were. I think we've grown past it. I think we've come. I think the time has come that we, organize and we grow as a society. We finally achieve our potential. We stop taking our cues off of an insane, tiny, ignorant person. I know we're talking about cavemen, but God, isn't that a bit too true right now? Think about it. So gather your wives, husbands, sons, daughters, sisters, brothers, and even your creepy uncle who always ruins family events by needing to talk about whatever the problem really is. Really, just insert any racist, homophobic, generically abusive shit here. Like, God bless Uncle Steve, but Lord knows we all hate him inside. We got to march on Big Mineral. We got to destroy the mineral shaft society running the world. Come on, you all heard about the diamonds when their shit came out or light. We were like, diamonds are forever, but thank God the blood washes off. I know times are dark, or I know dark times, but we have grown, damn it. We are ready to come to the next step and say with complete conviction, fuck our earth, fuck our earth, fuck our earth. Jesus, if only Hitler had the same barroom, then the world would be a much better place right now. Because you guys didn't chant? No? Okay. Anyway. That joke plays off two ways. If you don't, Jesus, if only Hitler got the same reaction in a bar room, then the world would be a much better place. And if they start chanting with that, thank God that crowd. That's a test to this crowd to see if I can really get to the real topic. How do we eradicate the Caucasian menace? Okay. I'm joking. Genocide is only the solution to pandemics, cancel culture, and on one occasion, the advancement of oven technology. Rubies and emeralds are not doing shit all for, but being overpriced trading cards and 1% or for the 1% in an overpriced game of Magic: The Gathering. I counter your opal ring with my studded amethyst belt. I shut down your attack with my diamond-studded Rolex. You take 10 damage to your reputation and spend the next round evaluating your life's worth owning the next season's exclusive set. Minerals are a thing of the past. They're out of date like slavery, and just like slavery, completely destroy our value of human life. Don't believe me? Blood diamond. And just try Jamon Rousseau's pleading eyes not glaring back at you every time you look into a goddamn diamond. I'm just saying that man was robbed of a goddamn Oscar. Thank you and good night.
I had to turn it up because
Thank you. All right, I want to go first. I want to say I love like your energy. Hi Mo. I'm sorry. I don't know why I didn't recognize you on the thing because it says Karacter on the messenger group. I'm like, who's Mo? But hello. Welcome to the workshop. Yeah, Jesse, to go back to you, I really love, like, you're so high energy, and I love your rant. I wrote here that I love that you were, like, cancel the minerals, and you made it political, and it was, like, kind of an absurd twist.
It was just such a basic topic. I was just like, why not just dial it up to 10 and, like, fucking attack?
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. And I also wanted to say that as a vegan, I really loved your take on cows and salt.
Yeah, I'm normally a meat eater, so like I had to get a little bit outside of my head for that one. But at that same point, I was just like, this is a hilarious premise. Just go with it.
Yeah, it was good. It was funny. But yeah, that's all I have to say for the feedback. What about you, Luke?
Yeah, I liked the angle of like very anti-mineral, like it's a rock, an inert object. You don't really think of people as hating it, or so that was great premise. Yeah, I like the Magic the Gathering shout outs. Yeah, and then the whole bit with the cow and like, oh well, it's eating the rock. Well, I'll eat this fucking rock too. I like that. Yeah, it was a little bit. Still, the video is breaking up a little bit here and there, so it was hard to kind of get everything. But yeah, I think that's it.
All right.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the hell out of that.
What about you, Jake? What did you think?
Well, Jesse, while you're talking about minerals, boy, are you salty.
Shit, I should have. Oh, it's right there.
Yeah, so I think getting a crowd to chant F the Earth, that's going to be a tough putt. But it's up to you.
That's why I kind of did a line about like, well, if Hitler had this bar room, the world would be a much better place.
There we go. Okay. Now I see the connection there. Like Luke said, I didn't catch every single word.
It's supposed to fall flat.
It's supposed to fall flat. Gotcha. The only other thing, so like Norm Macdonald has this joke which I love, and he says, you know, the more and more I hear about Hitler is the more I begin to think that guy was a real jerk. Like, this incredible understatement, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I thought you had one of those because you said minerals are out of date, like slavery, like as opposed like the thing that's wrong with slavery is it's out of date.
Yeah, no,
it's just not hip with the kids anymore.
Like I just wanted that entire bit to be these extreme examples.
It's like
I'm so happy that I hit with you. I'm so happy that I hit with you. That makes my day.
There you go. That's what I got.
Thank you so much.
All right. Mo, I'm assuming that you didn't hear his whole thing.
Yeah,
I didn't get to hear it all. What I did hear was kind of breaking up a bit. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay, Mo. I'm sorry you missed it.
Me too.
No worries. I'm still your set. I got you.
Those are real tears.
You guys are such a cute bunch. Got cute guests tonight. Okay. Luke is going next, right?
Oh, so we're all doing like boom,
But you
boom,
said
boom, and
I
then
can go second, right?
yeah. I thought he
you-
was doing his original after
No,
that, but
we do
okay.
all-
Oh no,
I
you
see.
do your assigned, and then we all go
I
through our
gotcha.
assigned, get the feedback, and then we go into our originals.
That
Yeah,
works.
that way we're all like
yeah.
warm and like we know each other.
Yeah, another quick question. Am I in the upper right-hand corner for everyone?
You're
Of the video.
this way. for me.
Okay, because I got like
There.
Scott.
There.
Is Scott covering my face?
Oh yeah, I'll
Yes.
remove him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Scott is. Scott is.
I just thought he was
In your
hilarious.
In your defense, he's working as a pretty solid wingman for you right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Like, if
Well,
you
well,
scooch just
Scott
a
likes
little
the
bit,
jokes, so
it's just like you could do an entire set of just like parrot thought on your shoulder.
exactly.
It's use your
Okay.
conscience.
Oh my God! Yes, please.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
What is your topic?
Scouts?
Perfect. All right, let's go.
All right. So, who are the most famous scouts of all time? I heard somebody say Lewis and Clark. Very good, class. They explored Louisiana and the Northwest Territory and were the inspiration for the mid-90s Superman sitcom Lois and Clark. What are Lewis and Clark's first names? I naturally assumed it was Clark Lewis and Lewis Clark, but it's actually Meriwether Lewis and William Clark. Fun fact about Will Clark, in 1986, Will began a successful Major League Baseball career with the San Francisco Giants, where he earned the nickname Will the Thrill, because it rhymed. In contrast, Meriwether Lewis died 180 years prior before he could earn a sweet nickname like Meriwether, the patent leather Merrywearer. So sad. Meriwether, the patent leather Merrywearer. Say that 5 times fast. Another fun fact, Lewis tried to commit suicide and shot himself with a pistol twice, but failed somehow. Kurt Cobain was a poor shot as well. I apologize. I was going to make a tasteless Nirvana joke, but never mind. No? Okay. Then when Lewis realized he wasn't dying fast enough from the 2 gunshot wounds, he cut himself with a razor blade and went down in history as the first cutter emo kid. And he drifted into oblivion while listening to Helena by My Chemical Romance. For years, people have pestered Boy Scouts like, "Oh, you should let girls in." But we're the Boy Scouts. Sexist misogynists. All right, fine. Girls can join the Boy Scouts. You happy? So how about boys joining the Girl Scouts? No. What do you mean no? Doesn't that make you sexist? No. Gender wage gap. That's not even relevant. We let girls into Boy Scouts, so it'd make sense if you let boys into Girl Scouts. Way to mansplain Boy Scouts. Suck a Samoa. Fuck the patriarchy. It's okay. I can tell that joke. I claim to be a feminist. Yeah, I once asked my parents why they believe in God, and this is unfortunately a true story. My mom explained to me that God has always looked out for our family. When my brother was in Boy Scouts, the scoutmaster wanted to take the whole troop on a camping trip. Just him, the spooky woods, and a rowdy bunch of prepubescent boys. My parents thought this was odd and prayed about it and were guided to make my brother stay home. On the trip, unfortunately, a half dozen Boy Scouts were molested. But it wasn't intuition or common sense that influenced my parents' decision. No, it was definitely Jesus. But I wonder why God just spared my brother and let pervy scout masturbator touch all the other boys. Like, I'm sure the other kids' parents were godless heathens, so fuck them, right? And this was going to tie into my original material, but I guess there's a gap here. So, That's it.
All right. Thank you. That was good. I wrote here that the guy, I forgot his name, that tried to commit suicide. You made a bunch of cool nicknames for him.
Lewis.
Lewis
Merriweather Lewis. Yeah.
Oh,
Merriweather. Yeah, so you could do a callback later after you explain all the suicide thing. You could make up like Lewis suicide-y something something.
Yeah. That'd be good.
You know, yeah. And then, oh, and then you said I can tell that joke because I claim to be a feminist. I thought you could also say like I can tell that jokes because I have sex with women.
That works.
I just thought that would be funny, and yeah, I generally enjoyed your set. It was good. It was a good take on scouts, and I really love your joke about kids being molested. Which,
yeah, well, like
it's sad, but it's really funny.
Well, and that actually happened to my brother's scout troop. Like, it's fucked up.
Yeah, I feel like you could roast the parents even harder and be like, I bet it's because they didn't bring those cookies to that church bake, or like, you know, any small thing that they could have done to upset God. I don't know.
Yeah, I tried it with like they were all like Buddhists or something, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I couldn't come up with anything great.
Or you could be like, I heard Patrick's mom swears, so that's probably why her kid got molested.
Well, they just didn't buy enough.
I heard
popcorn.
Patrick swears. That's why Coach Henderson touched his dick.
Okay, get a little bit more specific with.
Yeah, I don't know. I enjoy blue stuff. What about you, Jesse? What did you think?
I got a couple of notes. First and foremost, I like the wordplay through the entire bit, especially for the Lewis and Clark. I especially enjoyed the cuts for the Dean Cain show. I hadn't heard it in years, and I was just like, yes, he gets it. I thought when you got to the Kurt Cobain bit, a good line you could use is Kurt Cobain was a terrible shot, hence the shotgun. Got to have that spray to cover the handicap.
Yeah, that was sort of my original. That was the original joke I wrote, or something like that. It's like, yeah, he used a weapon where you can't really miss, but then I kind of cut that out and said, "Oh,
see, I wasn't sure.
I was gonna do a tasteless Nirvana joke, but never mind."
Yeah, see, I wasn't 100% sure, but still, I made a note. So, and I enjoyed the double standard. I enjoyed the premise of the double standard within the Scouts of like, we let you in, why can't I? No. But I thought a good resolution for that would just at least someone like, why don't we just drop the precursor? Just call it Scouts for kids who like scouting and being molested. I mean, s'mores.
That's pretty good.
All right.
But yeah, no, that's all I got. I really liked that. I thought it was great.
It was a good set. What about you, Jake? What did you think?
Yeah, so the Lewis shot himself with a pistol twice. That's a crazy story. Right?
Yeah, it's true. I just looked it up on Wikipedia, and he shot himself fucking twice and didn't die. So he's like
on the same day.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. So like there's some details there that were just like interesting, I think. The like when did he do this? Was it before they, you know?
It was after. Yeah, I could probably go into a little bit more detail with
like nothing is left to explore.
Well,
we've seen it all.
Part of it was like they explored, but he didn't put out any of their findings or whatever, and I think the pressure was getting to him or something. But yeah,
it's insane. So yeah, I thought that was interesting, and more detail would be fun. And even like if you made it up, like he killed himself because, or he tried to, because, whatever, or he was just trying to blackmail Clark into going second. So instead of being Clark and Lewis, I want to be forever known as Lewis and Clark.
Yeah,
right?
like make up a fake reason why he did it. Okay.
The Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts thing, I think is interesting, and I there's something there for sure of like girls can join the Boy Scouts, but boys can't join the Girl Scouts. It's like I personally Like the Boy Scouts are about camping and tying knots. That doesn't interest me. The Girl Scouts are about entrepreneurship and cookies. Let me join them. I'm into it.
I feel like there's a baking and bitches line there.
A baking and what?
I feel like there's a baking and bitches line there. Like, give me all that baking and bitches.
Baking bitches.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting because I would me as a little chubby kid, I would have liked to join the Girl Scouts. Is my thing there. You have your best line. I thought you could have put a little bit more of a spotlight on it. Is you called the guy the Scout masturbator?
Yeah, I kind of glossed over.
That's the best. That was so good. That was so good. So there you go.
All right.
Yeah, thanks for the feedback.
What about you, Mo? What did you think?
I want to double down on the Scouts thing. I thought that was really dope about the girls and the Boy Scouts. I was thinking, well, because I don't know how comfortable you would say it. If Phil saying it, I'd be like, that's how we get more Bruce Jenners than Ellens. But
Oh, that's a good standpoint.
God, yeah.
So yeah, I thought I really like that. I think the molestation stuff was great. I think that might have been because I'm like a darker comic, so that might have been like my favorite part of it.
Yeah, I just wonder like if an actual audience would like that or just comics because we tend to be like darker
I think you're gonna need folks to probe the room for that one.
It's
solid.
Shouting out the word molestation. There could be a better word, maybe, but it may deter some audience members. But the comics are gonna. But even overall, it's a great joke, so I don't see anybody getting offended.
Anyone who can get over getting triggered is going to love your set.
Perfect. What was the Bruce Jenner line again? I'm
that's
not
how
going to
you
say
get more Bruce Jenners than Ellens.
Gotcha.
All right.
Cool.
If that's everything, we're gonna move on to Jake. Are you ready, Jake?
Sure, why not?
All right.
Rock stars, like John Lennon, they want to be bigger than Jesus, but due to my bone structure and lack of portion control, I know that I already am. Jesus was a first century Middle Eastern carpenter, and I am a 6'8" obese American. Thanks, GMOs. Let's see. Back to rock stars. Women throw their underwear on stage. I'm curious if that works. I mean, they would have to put their information on it, right? Because they don't know who's it's coming from. So I guess they would slip them off and then like grab a Sharpie, just wiggle them down and then call me and then throw them. I guess I'm glad I wore my big panties. I went to a Garth Brooks concert and that whole night was a rodeo. But I ended up throwing my undies on the stage. He mistook them for a beach towel and used it to mop his brow. It's not the first time he used underwear to wipe. I bet it's not the first time he used underwear to wipe his face, because he has friends in low places. Even though my undies had my information on them, he never called. I guess I'd have to thank God for unanswered prayers. Seems like everyone wants to be a rock star. It's the sex, the drugs, the rock and roll. I was raised Baptist, so it was more like hymns, potlucks, and strict monogamy. I don't want to be a rock star. I mean, I don't even like music. I feel pity on those who like music. Like, oh, you find your identity on what somebody else creates? That's sad. Those kind of people, they ask your favorite band and they judge you if you say a popular band, right? If you say Dave Matthews or Coldplay or heaven forbid Nickelback, they're like, these bands have sold millions of records, but I guess your obscure thing. So to answer them, I don't like any music, so I'll just make up something like Kaiser Sose, just look in the room, figure out something and say, oh, I like Dachshund Drapes. They're like, ooh, I haven't heard of them. I'm like, yeah, they're indie. I do kind of like Elvis. I don't listen to him a long time because but I kind of like Elvis. He's the original rock star. That song though, I'm all shook up. Well, that song starts with "Bless my soul, what's wrong with me? I'm itching like a man on a fuzzy tree." That is a terrible analogy. Like mosquito bites, poison ivy. Nope. You know what really makes people itch? Fuzzy trees. I have seen dozens, nay, hundreds of trees. Not one of them fuzzy. And, how do you even itch like a man on a fuzzy tree? Do you like rub your back on it like the bear from the Jungle Book? Right? Is that what he's talking about? Like he goes all blue on this thing? I guess he climbs the tree is fuzzy, now he's itching. What is happening here, Elvis? The rest of the song, really normal. He's itching like a man on a fuzzy tree. All right, there's my rock star stuff.
All right, thank you. I wrote down that your thing was very clever. I liked it. I love the Catholic thing that you talked about. I love the Catholic thing, and then I forgot what you said about the Catholic thing.
Ah, yes. It was Baptist, not Catholic.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, that you were doing the hymns and praying and
hymns, potlucks, and strict monogamy. Yeah.
That's amazing. And then you said you didn't like music, and I have a friend that doesn't like music either, and I thought you could elaborate on that. Like, like when you're in an elevator and the music comes on, you're just like, oh, shit. And like, I don't know, like you hear the world around you, I guess, when you go on a walk and stuff. It just sounds weird. And I thought that you could play on that more. And I really like when you said, I've seen a tree. Nay, I've seen a dozen trees. I feel like the dozen there, that's a punch. You could say it like a punch more because like obviously you see more than a dozen tree. Like anyways, I thought that was funny, and that's that for me. What about you, Jesse? What do you think?
I honestly thought it was a wonderful set. The only real note I had to make was I really like the music preference. I love music, but even I can relate to that, where it's just like it seems like unless you know like what's the next big thing and like, oh, that band's so overheard, and it's just like, you know what, fuck, I'm just gonna Laptop. They're an indie folk band. I bet you never heard that. Like, I think there's really something there, just because like that entire premise hits so hard for me. But yeah, no, everything else, like, it really got a chuckle out of me. Well done.
Cool.
All right. What about you, Luke?
Yeah, I like the GMO reference. I like the fake indie bands joke. I think you should rule of three that. Like, come up with two random, like, just looking around the room bands, and then the third one it'll sound like a fake band, but it's actually a real band, like Two Door Cinema Club or something. Which that's a real band. Anyway.
I love Two Door Cinema Club. I was about to say, I don't know how they found me, but they did. That's an actual band too.
But yeah, it sounds like a made up. Nah. Yeah, this next suggestion is maybe a little bit gross. I don't know. But like, you could say the hair metal bands in the 80s, like they used to employ bloodhounds so they could find the women that threw the panties on stage. Little good.
Locked on the set, boy. Find him.
Yeah, and then you say Garth Brooks, he never called, but some guy named Chris Gaines did.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
And then another tag you could slip in is like, oh, Elvis was the original rock star if you don't count black people. Heavily influenced.
I love that.
Anyway, but yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I really like that too. That's fucking awesome.
Thank you. What about you, Mo? What did you think?
Yeah, I was gonna kind of suggest something like Luke suggested when about the underwear thing. Like he didn't call, but somebody else called. I was gonna suggest that also because I thought that would have been nice. But I think the writing on the underwear thing is a fucking amazing bit, dude. Like, but the bloodhound thing is a good thing because if somebody forgets and they just throw it up there, he really wanted. He was sniffing them. He really wanted this girl. Like, I don't know. But yeah, man, it was a very entertaining set. I really liked your stuff. I did.
I just love that imagery of someone cleaning up a giant pile of panties and then like a rock star picking out one and being like, "There's a bloodhound. Find him." It's like Cinderella fucking rednecks.
Yeah. Oh, that would be a good fable right
That's
there.
what Kid Rock does at his concert.
All right.
This sergeant matches.
If the thong fits. And then everyone has to try it. Okay, I'm done. If you guys are done, we're gonna move on to Mo's topic. Is that okay?
Yep.
You guys are good. Are you ready, Mo?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
What topic did you
top-
have?
NFL.
All right.
Actually, a lot of fun stuff is happening with the NFL, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I miss it, and I can't wait for football. I miss it so much that I'm tackling the kids every Sunday without warning. I'm just hi. Fumble! You need to learn how to hold on to your cereal. That's. But I do think football is a good bonding experience with your kids. I spent a lot of time watching football growing up with my father, and I thought it was great, man. But now I realize that my father is way too competitive for somebody who doesn't play football. Like, he likes to bet on every game, and as soon as the game is over, he'll call you and be like, "Did you watch the game?" I'm like, "Yes, Daddy, I got your 50 cents. You don't have to call me. It's not that deep. I'm not going nowhere. My life is not going to change just because I lost a 50-cent bet to you." Just I love it, though, because my dad likes to call and complain. Like, earlier he called me. He was like, "Do you see what they doing to the Washington Redskins? They just going to name them the football team." And I was like, "That's good. That means an actual football team might show up and play in Washington on Sunday." They might actually win a fucking game. I see that as progress. I don't know why you bitch, Daddy. I think, but I like football just for the simple reasons of it's something you can do on a Sunday, get drunk, sit there and ignore the kids. Just be like, you know what? The last game come on at 9. I think y'all can eat about 12:30 when the games come out. Shut up. I know your stomach growling. I'm going to feed you. Don't be like that. I ignored your mama too. Don't say nothing.
Oh, God.
I know, I'm terrible.
No, it's amazing. It's amazing. I love it.
But I've also had this deep conversation. My son has come to me. He goes, "What does NFL mean?" And I'm like, honestly, if you want to know, it means nigga for life. If they got niggas with attitude, this is the league right here. where you come in and they own you forever. I love.
Oh my God, yeah.
There is no leaving. There is no leaving, unless you're Kaepernick. Okay. I do think Kaepernick is like the Bubba Wallace of the Bubba Wallace of football. I think like there can only be one, and we're always going to be in the back. So it's good. Okay, that one didn't work. I tried that. Uh, but yeah, football is great. I like to watch it with my kids. I like to play it with my kids. I just realized that one of my kids is way better at football than the other one. And it's kind of hard to like, when you go out and you play with them and you toss the ball and you watch the other kid fuck that kid up and he gets up crying. You got to go, oh, okay, buddy, it's all right. Then you high five the other one, like, next time, knock his fucking teeth out. That's how you get into the league. He was able to get up. You didn't do it right. I'm just teaching them how to be brutal right now. Neither one of them are ever going to be good at football because, of course, you got to catch the ball. They just hit each other. That's really what I like to see. It's more like wrestling. But it's very enjoyable. It's a lot of enjoyment. I also like to watch football with my mother because my mother is one of those people who doesn't understand sports. So like every time they make a touchdown, she'd be like, they made a basket. I've been waiting this whole time for them to make it. Not what how did they get 7 points? I thought it's 2 points every time we are not watching basketball, mama. It's like, honestly, when I was 14, she came to my basketball game and I made a shot and she was like, touchdown. And I was like, I just want to sit on the bench for the rest of the game. I don't think my cheerleaders came prepared for this. They suck at this. But I will be happy when football comes back because I am from Kansas City and we did just win the Super Bowl. Woo! We finally got a good quarterback. We finally got a good team. Our defense still sucked though, so we working on that. Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody you can run right up the middle and beat us every time. Only we in Kansas City know that strategy. So if y'all tell somebody, we gonna lose. But I am excited. I can't wait till they come back. I'll get to bet my dad on that 50 cent. I'll get to go watch the game at my grandfather's house, which is brutal because my grandfather has roaches. But he still insists that we come and watch every game at his house, which is terrible because you're only reading the bottom of the screen. You can't see the rest of it because the roaches have composed it. Like, I think he scored a touchdown, but the roach got that corner, so I can't really read the bottom of it because you, like, smack him out that corner so I can finish watching the game. It's great though. I'm happy we finally won a Super Bowl while I'm still able to wipe my own ass. I'm sorry. I probably said a lot of cuss words already. Oh Lord. I probably should have asked about cussing beforehand, but I cuss like a sailor. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm happy we finally won a championship while I'm alive. I'm happy we won it while the kids are alive so they can understand why I'm going to continue to tackle them while they eat their bowls of cereal every Sunday morning. All right, I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I would have let you go on longer, but you know.
I was running out of stuff. Like
we're on schedule.
That was just so good.
Did you just come up with all that this week?
I actually am not gonna lie to you. I've been very busy all week, but I remembered the topic was NFL, so I just started making up stuff as I went.
It's because you have a lot of really good material. I'm really impressed. You said about like you were tackling your kids and stuff, and I thought that you could maybe talk about like the teachers are calling about the bruises on your kids' arms, and they don't believe that it's just because you're excited about the NFL, you know. And I thought that your set was very natural. And I don't watch football. I thought the NFL was hockey. So like all of your references got way over my head. But like everything you said that wasn't a reference, I got and it was good. But I think that like when you do reference stuff like the names of people, like if the audience knows exactly who it is, it's like they're in on a secret and they laugh harder. So I don't think you should take that out.
Okay.
And then I really love it when you were like, oh, their new name is football team, so maybe a football team's gonna come play this time. That was amazing. That was so good.
That was.
That was gold. It was comedy gold. And yeah, that's all I have to say.
Thank you.
What about you, Jesse? What did you think?
I mean, that set was so perfect. Your delivery, the energy, like you can tell you love football. A few notes I did make. I loved how you went after the NFL, just flat out called it as it was. Like, yeah, no, they own your ass now. There ain't no NFL unless you're Kaepernick. Like I didn't even mind when it got dark. It was just like I really like that comedy set where like you have that sobering moment of like, yeah, motherfucker, I made a point. Now you have to think. The point where you mentioned your mom at your basketball game where you get the basket and she goes touchdown. My mom did the exact same thing, so that killed me. That when you were talking about the secret to beating your hometown's football team, just going straight up the middle. A good term I've heard in just pop culture is Kansas City. So maybe that's a reference you could use for that. Just like call it like the Kansas City show. Don't tell nobody, but it's literally just running straight up the middle.
Okay.
But I know that's all I got. It was such a great set. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm not even a fan of the NFL, but it was still enjoyable for someone who doesn't really care about the topic, so that's good. Yeah, I really enjoyed the first joke about fumbling the cereal. You could go even further into it, like I put my kids on the DL, one's out with a concussion, and little Johnny's out with a torn ACL, something like that. And on the NFL, they own you forever or until you get a helmet to the knee. And then the football team, joke of the Redskins, that was great. And you could do like a callback to that. I don't think the Chiefs are going to change their name, but you could come up with a name for them. Oh, the Chiefs are going to change their name to football team number 2. I don't know. Or something like that. But yeah, good set.
All right. Jake, what did you think?
Yeah, I think everybody. I like the football team joke. The tackle the kid things. Yeah, I think there's a few things I was thinking of, like when, as a guy, I played football, so you could use some terminology, like you always put your head on the ball to try to hit a fumble. You're like you try to intercept. What I'm thinking is like wrap up. Get the kids in a good wrap up, and just drive them into the ground. But the one that I was thinking is with the COVID stuff. Now you can really face mask them, and grab it.
Okay.
So there you go.
All right. Okay, I'm just.
Thank you guys a lot. I'm writing all this stuff down.
I'm gonna read some of the comments that Scott said. He said, I miss the NFL so much that I'm incorporating it in my daily life. Whenever my kids act up, I start throwing flags. Talking back, 10-yard penalty, and they have to mow 10 yards. And then he said that he really loved the set. And then he said, Roach for the interception, which
okay.
good. And he said you can cuss. What?
He said that when he wrote when he says over at her dad's house watching the game, but the roach takes up part of the position of the TV. Like, I don't know if we got a touchdown. Roach in the end zone.
Yeah.
That's a fucking great bit.
That's good. I forgot to say also, I said at the beginning, but I guess you weren't there. This is a comedy safe space, so you can say whatever you want to say as long as it's and with the intent of being funny. It's not a safe space. Like you can.
Yeah, before you got here, I was cracking Holocaust jokes. It's fine.
Yeah, we all pretty much.
I think you literally you came in the room right as it said slavery, and I was just like, "Admit, motherfucker." It's racist if you stumble now.
All right. I'm gonna get going with flowers. I wrote a little bit about flowers, which is gonna be different. All right. So, flowers are nice. I love getting flowers. Girls think that when you get flowers, it means that someone did something wrong, like someone's cheating on you. But it just means someone's allowing themselves to be vulnerable for you. I mean, they bought $80 worth of some decorative shit that's gonna die in 2 weeks. And they had to walk around with the flowers while other women were judging them for cheating on you. You know, all that just to make you happy. And I like getting flowers because it makes me feel like some vengeful god that the pagans had to give offerings to appease, you know? Give me a sacrifice or I will take your firstborn child. I don't tell that to my boyfriend though. I tell him the flowers are nice and I like the attention. I don't want to seem weird. Different flowers have different meanings. Like red flowers, it means passion, you know. Black flowers, it means the person's trying to impress you. Blue flowers, you know, they bought them at a gas station. You know, and the kinds of flowers mean different things too. Like the roses are for lovers, orchids are a mark of a true friend, and daisies are a sign you're getting friend zoned. You know. Personally, if you're gonna get me a bouquet, make it a bouquet of something useful, like chocolate. A nice bouquet of chocolate. Or like clean underwear. That would be nice. I would love some clean underwear. Or a bouquet of Xbox gift cards. You know? And I personally don't grow flowers. I know a lot of people do. But I grow vegetables. So I can eat them and say annoying things like, you like my salads? I grew the tomatoes myself. They're from the garden. You know? Also, I run out of my house every morning to go see my plants outside. You know, I just like to see how much they grow, and then I take a photo of them and post them on Instagram. I'm so proud of my babies. I can't wait to eat them. Yeah, when you say springtime, you think of flowers, you know. Springtime is full of flowers and dog poops and bags of kittens, you know, kittens in bags. You know, kittens in garbage bags. That's it for me. I didn't write anything else. Thank you.
So I made a notes here. You start off the bit. I like how you're summing up like kind of what a bouquet of flowers really is. You know, like it's just this $80 superficial, only gonna last 2 weeks gift. A good punchline for that is like walk around making everyone jealous. I mean, is there nothing better to sum up love? When you're going to alternative gifts, you mentioned underwear. I think a good one would be get me comfy underwear. I get one more pair of G-string from a boyfriend, I swear to God, I'm going to go nuts. Or, you know, maybe get a yeast infection. And you mentioned you didn't want to come off as that girl who give me your firstborn or I'll eat your, or give me your firstborn or I'll eat your baby. You do another callback to eating babies when you do the garden bit. Maybe that could work as a good transition from that to the other.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that's about all I have.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Thank you. What about you, Luke?
Yeah, you had the you referenced. Did you say he treated you like a god or something like that? Anyway, you could lean into that more. It's like while he's there, I put the flowers in a vase, but then when he leaves, I scatter petals over a pile of slaughtered pigeons. It is an acceptable sacrifice to me, a great god. I don't know, something like that. And then you talk about, well, taking pictures with your plants, and you could take a creepier angle on it, like just caressing and touching your plants inappropriately,
Yeah.
and then eating them.
Yeah, whispering sweet nothings in their
Yeah.
ears, you know, playing with the
Killing their
roots,
leaves.
It's like, guess where you're gonna be, Mr. Cucumber.
just weighing the tomatoes. I don't know.
Good obvious.
In my mouth, right?
In my mouth, because that's how I can tell weight better. It's my mouth is very sensitive to weight.
Yeah.
The other orifice that you use that for girth.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
But yeah, that's all the notes I have.
Okay, I'm gonna write creepy plants. What about you, Jake? What did you think?
The bouquet of something useful. I really like that part. You know, the bouquet of clean underwear. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's fun. I think that was the thing I really liked.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like that part. I think maybe describe that more, or like that's what I could really, you know, he comes home with that, then now we're talking. You know, give me a Hanes 3-pack. Let's do this.
Yes, I like that.
So.
Okay, I'm gonna. Thank you. What about you, Mo?
I like the meaning of the different flowers and how they die and stuff because it's accurate. The bouquet of useful things instead is it's much better. I like the underwear thing, as Jake said. I'm also thinking of like more like jacked up things they could put in a bouquet that would be more useful, you know, like you said, the underwear or free drugs. I'll always take those.
Drugs, yeah.
Like $1,000, just a bouquet of money.
A bouquet of money, bouquet of joints.
Yeah. And I also like the
Oh, Mo, your camera cut off.
Oh no, she left.
Oh, is she gone?
Yeah.
Well, she got dropped.
She was on a cell phone, so maybe your finger slipped on
No.
something.
There
we go.
There she is.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Somehow I got dropped. But yeah, the Proud of My Babies, I can't wait to eat them. I really like that part.
Yeah.
I like that.
Thank you. All right. Now that everyone's done their topic, everyone's gonna do their own material. And like I said before, if you want, you can try your old material, which is gonna be more entertaining. But if you try new stuff that you wrote, you're gonna get more out of the workshop because we're gonna be able to give you feedback on new jokes. That all depends on you. Jesse, did you want to start?
Yeah, I can. Just give me 1 second. I gotta go.
My fucking phone died.
I wasn't expecting that. So, are you guys enjoying the workshop?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he's doing a skit. I totally forgot.
Oh, okay.
This is gonna be fun. All right.
Okay. You got that? You guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Wonderful. A little bit muffled?
Not much.
Here, is that any better for you?
Yes. It's good.
Wonderful. Okay. And let's get started. Do you want to control do you want to control your manifest destiny? Do you want to bring down the secret order of the lizard? Do you want to take control of the power that be? Well, for my 3-step plan, you will have your surefire way of freedom. Step number 1, realize that Trump is always right. Always. No matter what he says, no matter what he does, he's always right. Eventually. Step number 2, very important. Trudeau is a lizard person. He leads them. You need to fight him on every single ground, especially Trudeau. Nothing he does is right because he is a lizard person. His ultimate plan is to lead the lizard people to eat your baby. That's right. He's coming for your baby. Step number 3, and this is the most important step. COVID isn't real. It has been a giant mass conspiracy just to control you. That's right. What's really happening, they're poisoning the air to take control of your mind. So what you need to do, hold your breath. Now keep holding it. Now don't stop, because this is how we're going to fight them. We got to get that poison out of our lungs. So, step number 3, they poison the oxygen. We need to fight it. So hold your breath and you never stop if you want to fight for your freedom. Now, we've all had fun here today, but I need you folks to understand that was a character. I don't actually have any of those standpoints, and if you share any of those standpoints, you need medical help. Go seek your nearest professionals, go through treatment. Like, I'll pray for you, I really do, but understand, those are not those things. COVID, Trump is lying. Trump actually does good things from time to time. That's reality. You can address it. And Anonymous, you just talk in your mouth, don't have me, please. Don't. That's the set. That's the entire thing.
Thank you. Oh wow. I really love the difference between like your character and when you take off the mask and you have like that soothing, therapeutic sort of voice, you know.
I feel like that's kind of what makes the sketch funny.
Yeah. And I love that you wrote COVID with an E, and like I know that
and then real misspelled. I wanted it to just like emphasize like these are idiotic fucking opinions.
Yeah. It was really good, and I love that you said he's always right. Eventually, that was amazing too. I don't really have any criticism for you though. I'm sorry. I'm not used to skits.
That's perfectly fine. I'm more interested in seeing what the reactions were. It sounded like it got laughs at points, so I'd be very happy to hear.
Yeah, for sure.
Very sketch work, so I was interested, just see what that reaction would be.
What did you think, Luke?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I think for the second part, you could do something where you could almost be like an infomercial person. The video clip that you just saw is of like a Trump tard or something, and please help us chip in, give what you can for the re-education of these people.
That's a really good idea. I'm gonna take that concept into consideration. That's a really, really good way to go about it.
Yeah, and then you're like, none of those opinions he gave are real. Well, except Trudeau is a lizard. But other than that,
I thought about that.
Yeah, go for it. But yeah, that's what I got.
All right. What did you think, Jake?
I mean, I found the cards hard to read. I couldn't they were all strange. So I think if that's part of the humor.
phone camera. I knew that was going to be a giant issue as soon as I had to show.
Yeah. It's an interesting concept. I mean, I like satire. I like that, like walking the line, like Colbert, pretending to be the right wing guy the whole time. I think it's interesting. I don't like political stuff, so
Yeah.
I'm so sick of Trump. I'm so sick of like just who cares? Let's move on with our lives. You know,
That's
but
totally fair.
that's you know, I guess that's me. I saw my buddy was on a show and he on the poster it said no politics. I'm like, that's a show I'd go to. So
It's actually starting to become a huge thing. People are very much keeping their eyes out for if it does anything, if it's going into the political water, just they don't be here anymore. So, yeah, no, I totally understand where you're coming from there.
Whoa. Yeah, I have a hard time not writing political stuff. Like
Where
I'll
did
start
Mo
writing.
go?
What?
Where did Mo go?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
I really hope I didn't like scare her off or something.
No. Oh, with your. She's like, I'm gonna get hacked, and then she left.
It's not even gonna get hacked. Like that was a very bigoted character.
Yeah. Someone said, my only thing I would say, slow it down just a tad while wearing the mask for clear enunciation.
Yeah, I have to agree there. I did notice that. I think when I'm going to go record the sketch, I'm gonna have to mic myself up underneath the mask, or I'm gonna have to do a separate audio. I might just do separate
or like
audio.
cut a hole so you can see your lips. I don't know. Might be funny.
But some comics they do like very, very ridiculously clear enunciation when they do their stand up, and it works. So like maybe you can try it just to see.
I could do some speech exercises just to see if I can get it coming out a little bit clearer.
Yeah. So that's.
But it was sort of a southern accent, right? Or
yeah, that was on purpose.
So I don't know how well you can enunciate that. I don't know.
If you go a little bit like South Carolina, where it's gentlemanly.
COVID isn't real. Yeah, you can draw stuff out.
Yeah.
Not real.
You have abandoned mouse and facilities, sir.
Does if everyone's cool with that, we're gonna move on to the next person. Because...
I'm happy that they did notice the mistakes.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. Yeah, those things.
I did rethink doing that just because, like, I have done bits before where it's just like someone like laser focused on that. It's like, yeah, no, that was to add to the satire.
And then they didn't hear the rest of your bit because of that.
Oh yeah, I could like. Anyway, I appreciate the hell out of that. It's gonna make for a great set.
Okay, I had a hard time understanding that. You just cut out at the end.
I'm saying thank you for the feedback. It's gonna make a great sketch now. Yeah.
This has been fun to receive as well. All right, we're gonna move on to Luke. Luke, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, and I had tied my bits together. If you remember, I referenced heathens at the end of my last joke. And go. Speaking of heathens, Anne Frank. Anne Frank had a lot in common with Jesus. They were both kind-hearted, Jewish, and not real. Just ancient Roman propaganda. Speaking of World War II, boats. John F. Kennedy's World War II boat, PT-109, was torpedoed in the South Pacific. But my grandfather's PT boat rescued him and his crew. My grandfather always took pride that he played a small but pivotal role in Kennedy's eventual assassination. So I saw a billboard driving around. It said, "Marines fight to win." Yeah, that's fine, but it implies the other branches of the military don't fight to win. Like it's only the Marines that do that. Army generals are like, we don't really care about winning. Win, lose, draw, doesn't matter. What it comes down to is going out there, having a good time, blowing shit up, killing people. And what's more important than winning? Sportsmanship. We always line up with the terrorists and slap hands like, good war, Salam. Good war, Saddam. Good war, Muhammad. Good war, Muhammad. Good war, Muhammad. And that's a joke about statistics. Yeah, so I've written a lot of coronavirus jokes, but yeah, I'll just do one. Fuck it. Like I feel like the current outbreak of coronavirus in the United States, it's punishment for us making all those Kobe Bryant jokes. It's God punishing us. Yeah, I fucked that up. Anyway. But yeah, like everyone. Yeah, I'm gonna take this off. Everyone does a bunch of like jokes about coronavirus, so I'm like, yeah, why not just write a song? This is called another quarantine song. This isn't a quarantine song, so probably share similarities with the other quarantine songs out there. What do I miss most? What's other folks being so close that I can smell them? I want a nosy nuzzle, want a football huddle, high five or cuddle a pretty girl. Hey homie, can we snuggle? Two bros without t-shirts. I don't have the disease. This cough is just allergies. I'll be a big spoon or a little spoon. I don't care, I'll be a fork or knife or any silverware. I need some oxytocin coursing through my bloodstream. Skin to skin contact. Tell me, do you feel me? Oh, oh, touch me, caress me, undress me, and give me a handshake. Oh yeah. Touch me, caress me, undress me, and give me a handshake. Oh yeah, your hand is so small, soft and smooth. Do you moisturize? Oh yeah, that's just the right amount of firmness in your grip. Oh yeah, that's a good hold time. Please don't let go though. This is a quarantine song, so probably shared similarities with the other quarantine songs out there. Alright. Thank you.
Is there more?
No, that's my set.
Oh, okay. It was
I mean,
good.
I could do.
I can't believe you just dropped it at Anne Frank and didn't elaborate. Just Anne Frank isn't real. Moving on.
Yeah.
That was good.
Jesus Christ. That was epic.
Nobody has that conspiracy theory. Well, maybe some people do.
Probably someone does.
No. They're called Holocaust deniers. It's a huge
Yeah.
That's true. I really liked your army joke, and I thought you could even go like as far as being like the other armies suck, like only the Marines, or I don't know, like do like be more emotional about it. You're from the U.S. though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how well that would go over. Maybe don't take my advice. Also, I wrote down, why do you sound like Death Cab for Cutie? Is that?
I mean, it's not intentional. I do like them. It's just my voice, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, I see. I really like the song.
I do have like a joke song that's sort of definitely Death Cab-ish. So yeah.
I really like the song, the thing about shaking the hand. I thought that was gold.
That song was really original.
Yeah.
It sounded really creepy.
The last part, I was just improvising stuff and I tripped over shit, but that's fine.
Really? Because I thought that was great. Like the
Yeah.
handshaking,
Well, like
that's what made it for me.
Yeah, I generally knew what the topic is, but I was just spitting out lines that I could think of.
Okay.
should-
Still, it's like you're able to
It was
improvise.
partially
Well,
improvised.
very good.
You should watch the video again and write down what you did.
Okay.
It was good. It was really good. That's all my feedback that I have.
All right, thanks.
What about you, Jesse? What do you think?
I absolutely thought that was hilarious. It was this wonderful mix of like extreme like offense, and then like you slither into like this wholesome song about like I miss people and I wish I could get a handshake. It sounds like getting a hand job.
I have songs about that too. So.
I
But,
have no doubt, but that was
yeah.
amazing. My favorite joke of the whole bit though was when you literally just flat out. So we're in agreement. 2020 is karmic retribution for us making fun of Kobe Bryant dying, right?
Yeah.
I think an Ari Shafir just like fuck you, Ari, just fuck you.
Well, it's like with him, people were like making jokes right away. It's like, I mean, I don't know. He was a pretty good guy, like all things considered. Like he didn't deserve.
We could have
that.
a full 2-hour discussion on that topic
Yeah.
alone.
Anyway, but yeah, the thing about my grandfather rescuing John F. Kennedy, that's actually real. So.
Really? Seriously?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yep.
All right. What about you, Jake? Do you have anything?
Yeah, so if you remember what I said about music earlier, obviously I hated it. Yeah, I'm with Jesse. The kind of bombshell of, and Frank's not real. Okay. Care to elaborate? We've seen pictures of her.
I think that's what made that entire bit for me. Like, never elaborate on that. Just there you go.
But the
Photoshop.
yeah, it's photoshopped. It's like this weird conspiracy theory that you have.
Jewish girls look a lot alike. That's a lot of different little girls.
It's a composite. Okay. The one thing, so the fight to win is the Marine slogan. I think it's a fun premise. You took it to the Army of saying there's this sportsmanship, great. And you said like the other branches, that's not their motto. The one thing that I was thinking of is it's definitely not the motto of the Coast Guard. They don't do much. The Air Force, what is their motto? Like, let's stay 50,000 feet away from this.
So I could come up with new mottos for all these.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
The Navy, they just want a bunch of, I don't know, seamen in their submarine. I don't know. It's a little gay, right? The Navy. It's a little.
Well, they literally call themselves seamen. So.
Also seamen, they're tight quarters. I couldn't join. They didn't let me join the.
Deck.
Yeah.
Right. Mo, did you hear any of his bit?
Unfortunately, my phone died, and I got here while you guys were giving critiques. So
that's okay. That's all right. I'm gonna read some of the comments. So someone said the Kennedy joke is gold. Someone said Marine joke, possibly make Army, Navy, Air Force absurd BS session.
Mm-hmm.
And then
what is
I don't know what
BS session?
I was hoping you'd know because you're American.
Bullshit. I mean, bullshit session.
Yeah, that's all I got is make it Air Force absurd bullshit session.
I mean, I think if anything, I'll do the list of the Army. This is their motto. Blah blah.
Yeah,
like
I think maybe the
usually-
person just meant like just take it to the next level in absurdity. Like just
fight to a stalemate, maybe. But I don't know. Yours work better.
Someone said the contrast in this song were an attention grabber original song. So
Cool.
good. All right.
Appreciate it.
Now it's Jake's turn.
All
You ready,
right.
Jake?
Yeah, sure. I have got some new stuff for you. Rockstars, right? No, I'm kidding. I'll try to hit my stopwatch here just so I know what's going on. All right. So, since it became a national park, it is a lot easier to escape from Alcatraz. I took a tour, and as soon as I got on the island, the tour guide said, "Fresh meat." They told us that the showers at Alcatraz used warm water, so if a prisoner did escape, right, they would the cold water of the bay would be like a shock to their system. And I said, "Wow, prison showers sound nice." Then the tour guide told me that I had a pretty mouth. All right. Let's see here. I have this coworker, and he sucks. He just wants me to bless him. Like, that's his thing. He just wants me to bless him. Every time he sneezes, I have to say bless you. And it's exhausting, right? Because it's a chew, bless you, thank you, you're welcome. It's 4 interactions going back and forth. It's to the point that if he gets a cold, I call out sick. But the thing is I don't understand. Why does he want me to bless him so much? Like, he's into it. He always thanks me when I do. And I studied theology, so I don't feel comfortable blessing people, you know? The only thing holy about me is my underwear. My undies have a lot of holes. They look like they got hit with birdshot. The biggest cause of my buttholes? Friction. Right? Gets between the cheeks, just rubs too much, makes little holes. See, I'm telling you, you don't want this guy blessing you. He's talking about his buttholes. All right. So let's see here. How do you convince somebody to buy cigarettes in the year 2020? Like, what questions do you ask? Hey, you 21? You like fire? Do you like smelling bad and being ostracized? Now, if you do smoke, you look kind of cool. I mean, when you're squinting, you're looking like cowboy kind of stuff. And you know, I never smoked cigarettes. My lungs are like my nipples, large and pink. But when you're growing up, it's like it feels like everybody smokes when you're a little kid, because remember they had like smoking sections in the restaurant? Like, half of these people at Chili's are smoking. What's going on? Like, ashtrays and and cigarette lighters are built into every car. Like, you just there it is. There's ash. Everybody is smoking. That's what it seems like. Nowadays, a lot less people smoke. But they vape more, and which is nice. You know, it's less cancer, but more shame. Because you, like I said, you kind of look cool with cigarettes, but you don't look cool vaping. They know it, right? They always like cover themselves, so they're like skeevy people. I mean, it looks like you're sucking on a flash disk. Like, what are you inhaling? Documents? I mean, obviously you're trying to upload to the cloud. Booyah. But I mean, the one thing that cigarettes did have was a good way to punctuate a point and like end a conversation, and that's why he should be fired. Stomp on it, right? What are you gonna do with a vape? Like, and that's why he should be fired. You know, this is not the same. It's just not the same. All right, that's good enough for me.
All right, thank you. I really like your style. I really like the way you repeat stuff. Like you'll say like the sort of like the way you do your bit. I don't know, like you say like the setup and then you repeat it and that's the punchline. You're like, my underwears are holy, and then that's the setup, and then the punchline's like, there's a lot of holes in my underwear. Like I don't know, it's just like I really like the way you have of delivering things. It really hits. It's good. And then I really like that you're talking about like why is there people still smoking in 2020? Because that's a question that I've asked myself a lot. So it's really relatable that you would like think about it. What?
I was smoking a cigarette literally this beforehand. So I'm like, because it's addictive and it's hilarious.
No, but like, why would people start in 2020?
It's true.
You know?
It's a fact.
Yeah, that's all the feedback that I have. What about you, Jesse? Do you have anything?
I thought like you had a lot of really great stuff there. At the beginning when you're driving your trip to Alcatraz and you're starting to at the tour guide like treating this more like an actual prison than he should be. I thought that was great. Like how you started off subtle and then it just keeps getting worse and worse. I think a good way to wrap that up and just pull up like just 100% with it and being. You know what? That might not actually have been Alcatraz. I think that might have just been prison, and you know, I'm just ready to talk about it now after therapy. Tito was nice to me. He was just a really nice guy, not touring. Then when you mentioned the cigarettes, I really love that premise. Being someone who is a smoker and like very much. Like it has the mindset of like this is the worst fucking thing I ever did. I wish I never did it. Like 100%. That's a great fit. A good line for that might have been less cancer, more shame, and new adventures in popcorn lung.
Okay.
But yeah, outside of that, I thought it was really clever, really well
done. Yeah. For the bless you joke, you could do something like you just got tired of saying it, so when he sneezes, you just slap this bless you sign like mounted on your cubicle. So, and then you were talking about smoking being cool. You could mention like it's as cool as an 80s sci-fi movie. I'm thinking Blade Runner reference or something. And then you have the joke about inhaling documents. You could say like, oh, I don't get high on herb. I get high on MS Word. Anyway, that's all I got.
All right. Mo, what did you think?
I thought your set was amazing. I also like your delivery and your repeating things. I thought the tour to Alcatraz was amazing. I thought the blessing your coworker was funny. I thought the hose was also great. The friction. I also thought maybe like you can do friction and farts, you know, or something like that. Less cancer, more shame was a great line. And I think like maybe you could even go like going from cigarettes to e-cigs is like going from from cocaine to crack because it cooks longer or something like that. I don't know. I was just yeah, but I really liked your set.
All right.
Well, thank you, everybody.
I don't have any comments here, so we're just going to move on to the next person, which is Mo. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Let's go.
I recently moved back in with my grandparents right before the shutdown, and things have been fun. We play a lot of games, bingo, Yahtzee, shut up, it's 9:30. It's a lot of fun, you know. But sometimes my mind play tricks on me because at 10 o'clock, sometimes I think I hear my grandparents banging the Yolanda Adams. The next day I go into the bathroom, I see a hole, I look into the hole in the bathroom, and I see it also leads to their bedroom. And I immediately thought to myself, I hope this ain't the glory my grandma been praying for, because I don't think she gonna get in. Um, well, my grandparents are fun, man. When I first met my wife, I figured I'd go to my grandparents because they've been married for 65 years, and I was wanting to know what the secret was. But my grandparents have been married for so long that they're at a level. I don't know if you guys know the levels to marriage, but newlyweds are together all the time. I think they shit together. I think that's how it works. But after 10 years, after 10 years, they only come in the bathroom when you call them. And after 20 years, you get your own tissue, dingleberries falling out and everything. That's you. You get your own tissue. And that's where my grandparents are. They're at the point where they want to have entanglements with other people. And I know this because my grandfather drops hints that he wants to sleep with my friends. Like one day I brought one of my friends over and she left a little before I did because I wanted to say goodbye to my grandparents. I go in and my grandpa was like, who that girl you that was just here? How's she doing financially? I'm like, Grandpa, she don't want your little $60. She gonna be okay. But I had to go to them and I was like, because they've been married for 65 years. So I had to go to them and I'm like, hey, I met this girl. I think I'm in love with her. What do I do? And my grandfather was just like, oh, you think you're in love? Want to know what to do about it? Why would you want to do something like that? You got your whole life ahead of you. Don't do nothing like that. I'm like, you're not serious. I'm going to go ask grandma. So I go out. My grandma's in the kitchen. I'm like, Grandma, I met this girl. I think I'm in love with her. What do I do? And my grandma like, oh, that's cute. You met this girl. You think you're in love with her. Want to know what to do. Don't do it. Why would you want to do something like that? And I'm like, 65 years. I just want what y'all got. How do I get that? And she like, you know what? I've been following your little comedy career and I think it's beautiful. But before I answer this question, I want you to tell me who that boy is you took that picture with the other day and how he doing financially. And I'm like, Grandma, he don't need your $60. I just need you to answer this question. And my grandma looks at me and she's like, I don't know, baby. Why would you want to do something like that? You got your whole life ahead of you. And I'm like, I just want what y'all got. And she like, that's stupid. You can't have this. If you want this, she got to stay on her side. You got to stay on your side. And y'all got to meet in the middle for sex. And I'm like, Grandma, who would agree to something like that? And she like, me, baby, because a good dick is hard to find. Took a second. And I was like, she showed right. It took me 4 stores. I was in there trying them all on. Oh man, but I love my grandparents, man, because my parents kept me close to them, and my parents are characters. Also, I just found out that my dad's on drugs, and not any drugs, my drugs. And let me tell you how I found out. I don't know if any of y'all smoke weed, but I smoke a lot of weed, and I fall into what they call a kush coma. So when the weed is too good, you just take a couple puffs and you pass out. And I knew I was smoking something because when I woke up, my hand was still like this. So I'm like, okay, the only person here is my dad. Let me go ask him. And I get close to the kitchen and I hear, isn't she lovely? And I'm like, okay, that's side effect number 1 of my weed. Because I think I can sing too when I get high. I get in the kitchen and this man has the biggest bowl of Captain Crunch I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, okay, that's side effect number 2 to my weed. Because he don't even know that cereal is tearing his mouth up right now. So I'm like, hey, Daddy, you seen my weed? And he's like, nah, I don't mess with that foolishness. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to look for it. He's like, well, before you leave, let me ask you something. And I'm like, what could you possibly want to ask me at a time like this? And he's like, you think Stevie Wonder really blind? Like, I don't know, Daddy. Why would you ask me something like that? He said, because I read in the magazine one time when you're blind, your senses get stronger. He can feel the May dreads while he keep messing with us. I said, that's the same thought I had before I fell asleep watching the BT Ward. So I'm going to need my weed back, sir. And that's all I got right now, man. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. That's good. Shit.
Oh my God, Mo, you're so talented.
Yeah, you really are. I really loved like your whole grandparent thing for learning with your friends and like, how's he doing financially? That was great. And I love the conversation you had with your dad. Like, I don't know, like you just do like banter, and it just like I can visualize it in my head when you do it. Like, I wasn't confused of who was talking or anything. It was just perfect. And then I love that you called him sir to like show respect. But yeah, that's all the feedback I have. It was really good. Thank you.
Thank you.
I absolutely loved your set. Like, it was fantastic. The setup to your grandparents and you like go into the relationship and like I had a feeling they were gonna have the same advice, but just the way that you set it up and the way that you were able to tell it, it still kept me on the. So like when that punchline still came, it still got me. So like that was awesome. I really like how you switched up at the end there. It got really, really original when you had that punchline of your grandma saying like her big motivator was it's so hard to find a good dick, and you're took me 4 fucking stores. I had to try on all sorts. Fucking oh my god, perfect. Then your dad getting your weed. I really love the Stevie Wonder being Stevie Wonder line. Because, like, let's be honest, if you are a stoner and you do enjoy R&B, that thought will cross your mind inevitably. If you watch enough of his performances, let's be honest, it's just a natural stone thought to have. So that's such a great, it's so relatable. Yeah, no, nothing but praise. Nothing but praise.
Thank you, sir.
Right. What about you, Luke?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really get the Yolanda Adams reference. I don't know. Maybe other people did, and
I didn't get it either.
Okay, but I typed it in, and she's semi-popular. But I thought it might be better to like. I was thinking your grandparents to like they like to bang to Drake or someone like just popular that you wouldn't think grandparents would be into. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know if you guys know any more popular gospel singers, but that's who she is.
Oh,
She's
okay.
a gospel singer.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's where it leads to the glory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like it's just like imagine like the most stereotypical hymns of like Southern church hymns, and that's just what grandparents are banging to.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, and you mentioned like entanglements. You could have your grandmother say something like, I wanna Jada Pinkett Smith that boy. Like use your name as a verb. So yeah. Those are my ideas. But great stuff.
Thank you.
All right. What about you, Jake? What do you think?
Yeah, I looked up Yolanda Adams too, because I didn't know that was. But I think just as a simple gospel singer, Yolanda Adams,
yeah,
to help us get on what you were talking about. Your first line or your first joke was killer. Moved back in with my grandparents. They play Yahtzee, whatever, and shut up at 10:30 or whatever it was. That's a really really good joke. I was honestly a little confused at times because this is what my interpretation is that you found a girl that you like or love and you want to marry her, I think, and you're asking your grandparents' advice. I was really I'm like, I love this girl. What should I do with her? Like, is that what you were asking? You know.
Well, basically, the extension of the joke is I met this girl. I want to marry her. What do I do about it? And yeah, and it's just basically me asking them because they've been together a long time.
Gotcha. So you were talking about marriage. That was just I was a little confused at that. So I didn't like because from my perspective, like, hey, there's this girl I really like. What should I do? I wouldn't even care what my grandparents said. You know, like what do I care what they have to say? That's my thought. So if you're trying to get a marriage advice, that makes more sense. And that's just, me, I guess. I was also Googling Yolanda Adams, so take that with a grain of salt. And then, kind of on my perspective, I think a lot of the stuff is funny. It's interesting. It's compelling. We want to listen to it. I think there was some stuff that we could kind of like make that joke shorter. Just like cut out a little parts of it. That's the only thing that I would think, but that's what I got.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Now it's my turn, I guess, to do my material. Let me see here. All right, it's mostly new stuff. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I would like to start with an apology. I forgot how to dress during the quarantine. I did make an effort to get out of my jogging pants, though. Although I would be lying if I said I didn't shed a tear when I took them off. Not because I was emotional, but because it was really caked on my skin and it ripped out my hair when I took it off. Whoever said diamonds are a girl's best friend is lying. Polysporin is a girl's best friend. A lot of my friends have been getting pregnant lately. On purpose, I guess. So the phrase, "don't worry, I'll drag you to the clinic," is not appropriate anymore. I don't know. I'm just trying to be a good friend. What am I supposed not to tell you? You're making the worst mistake of your life? Like, get an abortion. They're legal. They're free. Just go for it. Follow your dreams. Exercise your rights. And to be honest, I think having babies is selfish. Babies are bad for the environment. We need less people, not more. And I do my part for the environment. I don't have babies. I swallow for the earth. And you know what? My boyfriend's a big environmentalist too. In our household, we recycle, we compost, we swallow. So, has anyone else ever thought about being a nun? I used to think about being a nun when I was younger, but I never got the call from God. You pay attention, God gives you a sign, it's called the call. I never heard it. I guess I was too busy writing Dumbledore Harry Potter fan fiction one-handed, and God was probably like, yikes, okay, you look busy, I'll just ask someone else. But if I was a nun, though, I would be great. I would be a great nun. I would pray so fast. I would finish my rosary in like 10 minutes, I would finish all my morning prayers before all the other nuns, and then I would be able to go play in the park first one on the swings every morning, First one on the swings, first one to heaven, I always say. And if I was a nun, I would be so chaste. I would be so chaste that the Islamic State would be like, take it down a notch, you're chomping our flavor. But nuns are too naive for me. They're so naive. It's crazy to me that you would commit to giving your life to someone you're not even having sex with. It's like they're getting married, And it's not like they're getting money to pray and judge people and wear gray or whatever it is they do. I guess they don't get paid in money. They get paid in exposure, which is good because it's not like those nuns are going to get discovered from their podcasts, The Jesus Christ Experience. What the Frig with Sister Josephine. Or This Chastity Life on NPR. I'm not a very good dancer, but boy, do I ever work for that participation trophy, and no one can take that away from me. I like going out dancing, but I like going alone because I get anxious. And I end up dancing like everyone I care about is watching me. I mean, I dance like their love and acceptance is conditional to my performance, you know, which makes me nervous. And I end up drinking so much to loosen myself up that I end up asking the DJ to play Mambo number 5 over and over again, because I have this great choreography that I learned in the 3rd grade. And usually the DJ ends up complaining to the bouncer because my mouth is touching his ear and I'm leaning on the console. And I just want to make sure he heard me, because if he heard me the first time, then how come I'm not hearing Mambo number 5? You know? Last one. I asked my boyfriend to buy me a ring, so he did. He bought me a mood ring. And when I put it on, it turns red, which is new. You know, it never used to turn red when I was a kid, so I looked it up. And apparently, if your mood ring turns red, it means that your time is running out and your eggs are not getting any younger. So, you know. That's it for me.
I have a couple of really strong premises in there. I like how you kicked off the set with just the imagery of the yoga pants needing to get peeled off after being in quarantine so long. That was visceral, but it also made me giggle. Did you say every girl needs polysporin after that? I didn't quite understand you.
Oh, yeah, I said that diamonds are not a girl's best friend. Polysporin is, because like the image of
okay,
like,
so you didn't need polysporin.
Yeah, polysporin. What?
Okay. No, that makes sense. It totally works. It's just I thought you said something else, and I wasn't even sure what you had said. So.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay, no, that totally works. Yeah, no, I really enjoy how you got into like the dynamic is between you and your boyfriend, and your view on pro-life versus abortions, and it's just like, go live your best life. What are you doing? This is a thing you can do. Why are you why is this not? Come on! Like, I thought that was a really great premise. So yeah, no, lots of stuff that you can work with in there for sure. As to like phrasing and such, like I really hesitate to approach like the female condition just because like I can't even begin to get a reference point for it. I really can't. But yeah, no. Outside of that, I thought like it had some really strong concepts in there. Who wants to go next?
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Luke?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the Nun podcast list. For the babies, eco-friendly joke, you can say something like, yeah, well, you said like I have abortions or something like that, or I don't have kids, and then you could take it to a darker place, like, I also want to be really eco-friendly, and I kill other people's babies, and then use them to fertilize my organic garden.
Yeah, and it could tie in with my plants.
Yeah, exactly. They become my new babies. Yeah, when you have the joke where you say chaste, is it chaste or is it chaste, or I don't know how that's pronounced.
I think it's
chaste.
I think chaste is the pluralized or the ED version of chastised.
Okay.
It's
yeah.
modesty.
Anyway,
it's being modest.
I don't know. In my mind, I interpreted it as you were being like chased or ran after. So
yeah.
until like a couple of seconds after you said it the second time, I'm like, oh, like very goody two shoot. So maybe say chaste and pious or chaste and holy. So like if they don't get the one word, they'll get the other word.
Yeah, I'll change it. Thank you.
Yeah. On the mood ring joke, you can say like, "Oh, my biological talk is." I can't speak.
Is clocking.
My biological talk is clocking. Anyway, Yeah, time is running out for me to have more abortions. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I guess yeah.
Maybe you
Anyway.
can make a
You're
joke about
really
having
coming
an abortion
across as a
punch
baby killer here.
What's that? Yeah.
What did you say, Jesse?
Maybe you can make a joke about having an abortion punch card. Like, I'm 2 away from getting a free one. 250 bucks here,
Yes.
250 a pop. Much more affordable than you think.
Yeah.
But you said they're free in Canada, or?
Yeah, we have free healthcare, so.
Must be nice.
Oh, dude, we get to do all sorts of things for ourselves here. It's
I
great.
haven't been to the fucking doctor since 2006.
Well,
I went on Tuesday because I was bored.
Yeah. Yeah. Sucks for you guys.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Jake.
Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, the first joke, I'm sorry, I didn't understand. Yoga pants are caked on your skin. That didn't make any sense to me. I didn't know what
Well,
that
like
meant.
maybe I'm like guzzling down maple syrup or something, and it's just like I'm so filthy that my clothes are like fused with my skin, and
Yeah,
when
like
I
she
rip
didn't have
them
to change
out,
for a solid 2 weeks, so like it's
Yeah.
all
Oh.
Even more.
gross and
Okay, it was the same pair of yoga pants for 2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
Like you say, wearing yoga pants for 2 weeks, I would imagine you change them. I mean, okay. That was the one. I'm like, okay. The one you said, one-handed Harry Potter fan fiction or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean you're like getting turned on by Harry Potter? Is that what
Yeah,
you're going
I'm
for?
writing.
that was
and
masturbation.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm playing with my bead.
So I think that there could be some very interesting, like, wand work or
Oh.
Slytherin, or like there's all
Don't be so boy about it. Yeah.
Flicking the golden snitch.
There you go. That
like
was good. Yeah. So all
Finding
sorts
the Chamber of
stuff like
Secrets.
that. Yes. Oh man.
So
You guys-
many.
So many.
So many. Yeah. There's a lot of yeah. So parcel mouth. Okay. So yeah, there's just so much. Some of the nun stuff I didn't understand. The first on the swings means that God loves you more. I didn't understand that. Maybe everybody
I
else
was trying
did.
to make it like a childish thing. Like I finished so fast that like I can go play in the park, but I kind of butchered it. I'll work.
The dancer piece at the end. You're talking about how you've got this choreography for Mambo No. 5. Love it. Love the song. An act out would be fun there. The whole time I'm thinking, where are you? Are you at a club? Are you at a wedding? Like where are you that this is happening? So that was just I was just one of those things.
And then you could say like the DJ played Mambo No. 4 just to spite me.
That's
like,
good.
No.
As I left. I'm escorted out to Mambo No. 4. All right. Thank you. Mo, did you have anything?
Yeah, I was gonna say same thing about the crusty pants because it was kind of like just so vague. I was gonna say maybe you can say Cheetos or aren't hard to peel off, or what you were eating that would make your pants crusty. You wiping your hands on your pants constantly, or something like that. I like the nuns get paid in exposure. I don't know if you guys have seen Sister Act 1 or 2, and you can that explains Sister Act 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So and then there was another one. I can't remember exactly how it goes. It's about the mood ring where you go. Apparently, red means I forgot how it goes, but I added a tag. Yeah, your eggs are drying up. So put a baby in her already. I think my mom wrote that Google review or something like that. I like the having babies is selfish. I like the I swallow for the earth and take it down a notch. Your set was really good. I really liked it.
Oh, thank you. It was very
It's
nice.
really good. Yeah, those are all the notes I have though.
Perfect. Thank you. You guys are really helpful. All right. So this is the end. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a great
Yeah.
time.
It's
I'm
good,
sorry
right?
for
I
the
wish-
sets I missed.
I was about to say, I wish I could have seen
more
more of
prepared.
Mo.
Well, you can always go rewatch it. It's gonna stay on the workshops page. Yeah, so people are gonna watch your sets and stuff.
He was like our special guest.
Yeah.
Just popping out.
Yeah, exactly. Do you guys have anything to plug, like social media or Twitter or any projects that you're working on, Jesse?
I actually launched a new site, Jesse Gillette, jessegilletwriting.wordpress.com. I'm currently writing a weekly short story about a guy named Solomon Silver, steeped in interpretations of history and just Catholic mythology, just kind of trying to bring that back into mythology instead of just like doctrine. But yeah, so just launched that. Link on the website to my YouTube. Keep an eye out for my sketches and such. Weekly content.
Perfect. Thank you. What about you, Luke?
Yeah. Well, with my roommates, I put out Dead Panda Podcast. Just look up Dead Panda Podcast on YouTube or Spotify. Yeah, we have an episode coming out in the next couple of days. My roommate's been really depressed, so he hasn't edited it yet. Anyway, and you can also follow me at Westberg Comedy, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, at WESTBERG Comedy.
All right. Thank you. What about you, Jake?
Just dropped a new comedy special called The Pale Tourist. It's free on Prime Video. You can go to jimgaffigan.com for all details.
On jimgaffigan.com?
Yeah, I'm just gonna promote it. Yeah. Just go follow Jim Gaffigan. He just dropped Pale Tourist. Super fun.
I'm not gonna lie. For like a second, I was like, "Holy shit, you're doing really well."
I was like, damn.
Pretty faces a month over there. Like fucking well. Great.
I'm like, you're that pale. I don't think that.
I'm like with the happy ginger myself.
All right. Mo, do you have any projects coming up? Any social media you want us to follow you on?
You guys can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Karacter Comedy, and also I have the Character Building podcast where I sit down and talk to comedians about where they started and where they are now and where they hope to go. So I hope to have all you guys on an episode one day. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, that would be
Oh, that'd be
cool.
wicked.
I would love to go. As for me, you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter at VickyB_twice. Or on Facebook. I also have a podcast called The Dirty Four, where me and 3 other comedians just do some really blue, dumb stuff for like about an hour. So if you like really raunchy comedy, I suggest it. Yeah. So that's that. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to stop the live broadcast. We can stay on a bit if you like. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.